In the last few videos, we created some scripts using multiple programming languages that could connect to our MySQL server and retrieve data from it. We used PHP, Python, Bash script, and C++ to do that. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a script using the Perl language that connects to MySQL Server and retrieves data. The instance that we want to work on is our MySQL tutorials database and students table that have this records inside it. We will create a Perl script that connects to this server and retrieves this data and outputs them. The script that we want to create is using a module, a Perl module called DBD MySQL. If you have not installed this module on your computer, you need to install it, and you can do it by opening your terminal and typing cpan and then DBD uppercase and double colon MySQL. This way you can install the module. Also, there's another way to install this module, and is using the prepackaged module, and it's installed by sudo apt install libdbd-mysql-perl. Both ways can install this module or the prepackaged module on your server, and you will be good to go to create your Perl script. Now let's get started with creating the script. I already have a directory called MySQL inside my local machine, inside my local host. And if you've been watching the previous videos about the scripts, you will know about it. So I want to navigate to it. It was in my public folder, and it was called MySQL. Here, if I do an ls, you will see that we have those 4 scripts and a directory for each of them. Now let's create a new directory called Perl and navigate to it and create a file called mysql.pl. I'm using the Vim editor. You can use any type of text editor or IDE, and I start editing it. First of all, we need to specify the type of the script by typing the Perl wrapper here, and now we're good to go and import some libraries, strict, warnings, and also DBI. And now we need to create some variables to store the data that we need to connect to the server and execute the commands. The first variable, let's call it DSN, and it will be DBI MySQL as the name of the module, and database. The name of the database that we want to use is MySQL_tutorials, and then the host, that is localhost, and the port is the default port for MySQL, that is 3306. The other variable that we need is the username. I want to use root, and the password for this username is this. Now let's create another variable that stores the database connection string for us, and call it dbh, that is equal to dbi, and then connect uses the connect function, and the connect will pass the DSN, username, and the password variables that we created. And if the connection is not successful, we can terminate the script by the die function, and here we can output the error. For example, could not connect to database, and here the actual error will be shown, error str. Now let's prepare the query by creating a variable called statement, and it equals to dbh that use the prepare method, and inside the parenthesis we can type our SQL statement, and it's select all from the students. And after creating the statement, we can execute the command using it, execute, and if there's any error executing the command, we can end the process and then handle the error this way, error executing query, and then again DBI error str to show the actual error. Now it's time to loop through the data retrieved from the database using a while loop, and we can type my row equals the statement as long as it fetches the rows and they have data. While this is true, we can print out the result ID as a label, and then to output a record from a column we need to type row, and inside the brackets we need to specify the exact name of the column on the MySQL server. Then we can type more labels and output more records the same way, and this time first name, and at the end to break the line to go to the next one to show a new record, we can type \n. And after all these, we need to close the connection for security reasons, and it's done by dbh disconnect. And this is the whole script that we need to connect to MySQL Server and retrieve data from it. You can use any type of SQL statement here, and of course there's no limitations. So now let's save the file, and here if I do an ls, I have a simple file here, and just like bash script, we need to make this file executable so we can use it. I type chmod and +x and then the name of the file, and here another ls will show that this file is executable now. And to execute it, I can type // and then the name of the file, and as you see, the data is retrieved as expected. And this was the whole process of creating a Perl script to connect to MySQL Server and execute commands on it.